All right, welcome to the first edition of the After Hours report on YouTube, I guess. And so today we're going to talk about the all-time high for the Dow and the S&P 500. I mean, it's crazy thinking about it. The Dow just hit 38,000 points, and the S&P just crossed 4,800. I mean, in 2022, everyone was just talking about the fact that it's going to go crash down. I remember the S&P just crossing the 3,700 points. So it's crazy to think about it. On the second point, let's look at the Jetblue and Spirit Airline merger. And I mean, for me, it was kind of a good arbitrage possibility. Just looking at it, Spirit was at around $16, $17 a share when I started to buy it. And now just looking at it, the thing has been tanked. I mean, the shares are now trading at $8 a share because so it's Judge William Young that actually blocked the deal, saying that it was against antitrust and everything, which is crazy to think about because now Delta, Southwest, United, and American have like 80% market share in the domestic market. So what is going on? Like, no, nothing can actually go against these companies if this merger doesn't go through. Let's not even talk about Alaska and Hawaiian because, I mean, now I don't see a path forward for this deal to go through, even if they blocked, that kind of deal. But yeah, so we have to look at it. And now Spirit is just, okay, so are we talking bankruptcy or are we talking about something else? No one can really. Spirit can go both ways. Either now, because I think on Thursday they appealed the deal. So now either Spirit and JetBlue are gonna merge, or they're just gonna fall through. I mean, Spirit is going to go through bankruptcy, maybe, potentially. No one knows, so we'll see. And now looking at earnings, I mean, yesterday, 3M and Johnson & Johnson just got tanked. I mean, looking at the share price, 3M is like minus 9% yesterday, and Johnson & Johnson, let's have a look. I mean, G&G is all right, lost like 1.6%. And yeah, but I think they have to settle like 700... 11% for 3M, so just think about it. And I think, G&G has to settle like a baby powder thing, which has been going on for like 2 or 3 years now, for $700 million. And 3M is just like, all of what they did was just shit. The company is still great, but I mean, looking at the Airplug saga and then, the Forever Chemicals and everything, it's ridiculous. They're losing 11% in one day and everyone's going to scoop them up for their dividends. But are they really going to stick as a dividend aristocrat? So we'll see. I think Lockheed Martin posted good numbers. Procter & Gamble posted good numbers. So, I mean, we'll have to look through it. Now, on the interesting side, Netflix just announced that we'll dive into live entertainment, which is I mean, that's the whole thing I always said about TV. It's like, okay, TV is going to stick because there's no live entertainment. There's no NFL, there's no NBA, there's no MLB. And it's going to stick on TV. But now, looking at it, there's no point for cable TV anymore. You have the Peacock game for the playoff in the NFL between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dolphins. You have MLB on Amazon, you have MLS on Amazon. And now Netflix, which had I think it had two programming before in live TV, but nothing really important. Now it has like the WWE. I'm not the biggest WWE fan, to be honest. It's a good thing. So I think it's, the deal starts in 2026, where they're gonna like full-fledged live sports streaming of the Raw and SmackDown and everything. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. That can add to the value. And just yesterday night, I looked at what they published in terms of numbers, and they're growing again. And I think it's crazy to think about because in 2022 or I think it was early 2022, everyone was like, okay, don't buy Netflix when stock crashed down from 700 to 200, because everyone was like, streaming play is over. It's not going to happen anymore. And now we can just look at it and seeing, okay, it's Netflix is the king. Okay, they're going to crush Disney, they're going to crush Amazon. I mean, Amazon doesn't really depend on that because it's not a full-fledged streaming, it's just enough brand shoot. So that's interesting. But looking at Paramount, looking at Warner Bros., we're looking at Disney and all of these, they have a real issue. I think they just need to go back to good content. And on the last point, just looking at Chinese stimulus. I mean, I'm a Alibaba shareholder, so that's quite interesting for me because they just announced that they might do a $270 billion worth of stimulus. So in order to rescue the Chinese stock market, because the thing has been like down the drain for 3 years now. I mean, I remember Alibaba shares were trading at 300 and now they're around 70. What happened? And on the value side, it's a really interesting case point, but I'm not sure it's going to pan out. I mean, you never know it's going to pan out, but we'll see. We'll see. And so, yeah, I think that's it for this edition of the After Hours report. And so everyone subscribe. I mean, it's the first one, so it's not going to be perfect, but let's hope it will do the trick for a first edition. And yeah, don't forget to have a newsletter called the After Hours report. I'm going to put the link in the description. And so everyone can have a market update every day. So let's hope it's a good one and the start of a good venture, let's say.